Thank you so much for having me. Omni Digital is the name of the company, and just a quick side story on it, just to, if any other entrepreneurs, people who want to be entrepreneurs are watching this. I had a corporate job for about 6 years, actually in the insurance business. And I was in sales there, fascinated with sales, just driving revenue for organizations. And I never really knew about the marketing in just really inbound side of it, if you will, and purchased the course, a couple courses back in 2016. Really just started as just side projects, and then decided, well, why don't I just call on some businesses in Dubuque, use my sales skills where I'm from, and then got a couple customers from there. And then really it started to take off. And then in February of 2019, I went full time with it and have been ever since. So we're based out of Merge here in Iowa City, and have had a ton of fun over the last 18 months or so, really starting to grow it. So at Omni Digital, what we really talk about with individuals is we really help primarily retailers at this time. I work with over 50, now it's actually probably over 65 across the country. And really we help them with three primary things. So most retailers, they don't do digital very well, just because they're busy, especially your small to medium sized retailers. And even on your larger retailers side, working with some of them now, they still just struggle with a lot of these things. And the big three things that we help retailers really accomplish is help them get new customers, which is obviously key, help get their existing customers to come back in their doors and increase that lifetime value, and then really track the ROI on how all of this is done. Because if there's any one thing that I've seen through my 4 years of growing this company, is that they just struggle with tracking how their digital advertising translates to in-store sales. Our focus at Omni Digital, we do work, we're actually getting into it more and more, with some online, offline stuff that do both really well. But our core focus is really offline sales. So helping somebody get them into the brick and mortar store, not necessarily just creating an e-commerce transaction. So, and for most retailers, they don't have a strategy to get new customers in. They don't really have strategies to get existing customers back in. And they pretty much, I mean, I've talked to hundreds of retailers, and I think two of them actually were able to track how their digital ads on Facebook and Instagram, which is our specialty, really drove in-store sales. So kind of like I just mentioned, our specialty is really Facebook and Instagram. And truly, really just from my background in the corporate world, I come at it with our company and our customers really from a results standpoint. A lot of social agencies like us or digital marketing really focuses on the branding and the impressions and the engagement, which is fine, but that doesn't ring the cash register and grow your business. It can certainly lead to that, but it doesn't, more in the short term. And truly with us, we want to know somebody's goals and try to direct our KPIs or key performance indicators across those goals to help you accomplish them. It's really, really big for me. I'm just a big goal person, and I know that most business owners have goals, and if we can help them accomplish them, it's great. So these are just a couple things, excuse me, like for one of our customers in 1 year, we doubled what basically their top 500 customers was worth to their business. So just that top one there, to double your average top customer value. Most retailers, if you ask them, hey, how are you increasing, say your top 1,000 customers, how are you increasing that from, let's say the average is $150 in a year to $300 in a year for your top 500 or 1,000 customers? And that's big dollars to a retailer, but they don't really think about that. There's ways on Facebook and Instagram. We've all seen it. Probably the one, the most is like a internet provider where it's like they'll give introductory offers to new customers, but then their existing customers see that and they're like, well, what the hell? I'm not getting this offer. I'm paying way more. So there's ways on Facebook and Instagram to be able to show offers only to new people that have never shopped with you before, never been in. In that way, you're showing them something that your existing customers won't necessarily, most people just don't care, obviously, but get mad over if that was a concern. And then really just see the ROI of your Facebook and Instagram ads. So that's really, really big for us. And I'll talk about that in a minute as well. So the solution, we help them really craft that new customer offer. So what is going to be that offer that you're going to use on Facebook and Instagram to really drive new people in, whether it's a discount, a buy one, get one, a free item, free shipping. I mean, whatever the offer is, it's just important that they have it. The existing front, I mean, truly what we tend to see is that a lot of retailers, they're just not even remarketing or re-advertising to their existing customers. So truly where we start is we usually don't even have a discount or offer associated with it. It's truly just helping them create really good ads with their top selling products to just get back in front of those individuals so that they just don't forget about them. We work in particular actually with a lot of shoe retailers, and I'm sure the retail segment, if you can buy that product online, is similar. But I think the stat is, like, I was talking with one of our customers, they have 3 locations out in New Jersey, and they basically lose almost $1 million a year by people buying it in store and then going online to purchase it because people just forget about them. So it's just a really big retainment strategy for customers to be able to get back in front of them. The tracking side. So essentially what we do there is Facebook has the ability, along with Instagram, since they own them, to basically show ads to people, and everybody that engaged with that ad, you have the ability to try to cross-reference data from their point of sale system. So say it's like John Doe, and then you have an email or a phone number, it can link that up with their Facebook and Instagram to know that they saw the ad online and then came in and made a purchase directly from the data from their point of sale system. And that's kind of our bread and butter, is to be able to just kind of tie everything together, because we'll make new customer campaigns, we'll make existing customer campaigns, and then we can tell them, hey, you had this many new customers come in, you had this many existing customers come back in, and we can show the revenues and the purchases and the customer acquisition cost and all these different things to help them make better decisions in their business. And also just bring a lot more data to them on how to make those better decisions, not just, yeah, we reach this many people. If you spend this much more, you're going to reach this many more people. It's like, no, if you spend an additional $500, you're going to get an additional $5,000 more in revenue and things like that. So it's fun to do. And then the campaigns and then the targeting. So with the targeting side of things, obviously that's the biggest and best thing about digital advertising, is it's almost spooky sometimes how specific you can get. I mean, we just started a campaign the other day for a customer on targeting just kids at the University of Iowa. So with a specific discount at Western Illinois, where another customer is, people in like the construction industry that need work boots, just many, many different things. But you could be so efficient with the money that you're spending and only get in front of people that you truly want to target. So very, very big there as well. So then how we do it. So really it's Facebook, Instagram, email, and text. And truly the email and the text side, specifically text, it's something that a lot of retailers haven't done. And I just think there's a massive amount of opportunity there to get back in front of and stay in front of your existing customers. We do a lot of campaigns. We did one the other day where a lot of our customers, they're getting phone numbers, they're just not doing anything with them. So excuse me, for example, on what was it? It was on last Thursday, we text the top 1,000 customers for one of our customers and got 400 of them to opt in to this text program. And if you look at it, I mean, for them, if you just got even one additional purchase from those people and at their average order value of $150 a year, that's $60,000 in revenue. So, over the course of the whole year. So it just provides a lot of opportunity. The text does, because it's so one-to-one. You can communicate with them. They can message back. Just very, very intimate experience with your customer. So kind of our key stats. So we work with over 50 retailers. The focus is really the shoe industry. Every single campaign we run is again, really to drive people into the store. 4 years of data to be able to show people. We've had a couple customers for that long, and it's really interesting to see the stats over that long of period, because they've been really, really consistent. If there's another thing I see retailers just I would challenge them to be more consistent with it, because they they'll do it for say a month and then they won't do it for a couple months. Then they'll do it for a month. You really just need that key consistency in there to really, really drive results. So just a couple more testimonies or just examples. Basically, so probably one of our best customers, his business was doing about $500,000 as a retailer in Minnesota back in 2018. And then worked with him all but 1 month in 2019, and his business did over $800,000 in sales, which was huge. And he's probably on pace this year to do probably 1.1, 1.2. So basically doubling his business in basically 2 years. And he attributes a lot of it to what we do, just because we can show him the data to back it up as well. This one was a really cool story, and this guy is absolutely blowing it out of the park. In Q4 of 2019, he was doing, in 2018, was doing about $40,000 a month. That same quarter in 2019, doubled it to do over 80,000, which was awesome. One of our customers back in November of 2019 had his best, he's been in the retail business for 25 years and had his best month for that November that he's ever had, which was cool. And really our average across all of our customers, our average return on ad spend, which is just, you spend $1, what do you get back, is really in the 10 to 15. We've had some people at 20 to 30 plus, just depending on the segment, the customers, that type of thing. And it's just fun to show them that data, because if you can't show them, maybe their business is growing, but they don't really know why. But if we can show them the exact results, it's just really, really fun to see their eyes light up with that. So really our process at Omni Digital really is all about, like I said, developing the new customer campaigns. So looking at those couple things, developing existing customer campaigns. You have to set up all the tracking with their point of sale system and Facebook to be able to do that. And that's something more custom that we built in-house. And then develop the graphics with their team based on the products that they want to move. And our graphics team will develop those for them. And I'll show some examples here in a second. And then really set up the advertising audiences inside of Facebook and Instagram. And then we're really running anywhere from 15 to 20 ads in 30-day sprints for the retailer, and then assessing them over time. And that's kind of key as well, as showing enough different product that you're not boring the person. Because if you're just running one ad and you see that all the time, people can get tired of it and you're not being creative with it. So we try to run that many ads just because people can see more variety of what you have. And especially as a retailer, most people have quite a few products. So just some of the designs that we've built, just trying to showcase the product as specifically as possible. And more just graphics that we've built for them for email as well. So for us, it really starts with that discovery call and the audit. Basically just looking at what are they currently doing, what's worked, what's not worked, almost more importantly, because most people have tried digital advertising. It's just a matter of if you've gotten results with it. And the biggest thing is, were you able to track it? Because most people, maybe they did get a result, they just don't even know that they did, because they don't have any way to prove that they did. The initial setup for us is about a 5 to 7 day turnaround to get all your graphics created, audiences, point of sale system matched up, all that stuff. So it can happen pretty quick. Launch the campaigns and then learn and adjust every 30 days. And that's kind of our system that's worked really, really well over the last couple of years. And we'll continue to use it in the future. So if you have any questions or just want to chat about anything at all, there's our contact information as well.
Excellent. Any questions?
Got the hand clap from Ricardo. I like that. I didn't know you could do that.
Great presentation, Cody. Tell me about your logo.
Yeah. So it's funny. So we designed it through, it's a company called 99 Designs. And the company name, I actually stole it. I really like this guy. His name's Grant Cardone. And he just has this concept of basically, I'm wearing even a bracelet, just the 10X rule. I mean, it's essentially just high levels of action, high levels of thought is what's going to accomplish your goals. But he has this chapter in his book called the 10X rule. It's called Omnipresence. which is essentially just to be everywhere all the time, all at the same time. So that's how I created the name. And then the logo, it was literally, it was funny because it was 99 Designs is the one who built it. It was the first one submitted, and you can get up to 30 to 40 logos. And I shut it off right there. I just all I needed to see. So, but that's kind of our key, and it's fun too. I really like how colorful it is and how fun it is too.
I think it's great.
So I guess Paul, was that you?
I was gonna say I have a question. So you said shoe people, like shoe companies are one of your bigger clients. Is
Mhm.
there a reason why you're targeting shoe companies? Just
Yeah,
curious.
it started out really just as like it was probably the third or fourth customer we got was a company by the name of Brown Shoe Fit out of Dubuque, and they have 85 locations across the country. So kind of one of our strategies is to go after companies that have many locations just because it's scalable. So like we work with some Fleet Feets as well, which they have 250 locations across the country. So it's just like if you can work with three of them, you can work with 100 of them, because they're all pretty much identical. But also because in this was something, it's funny how it's kind of like quote unquote worked out, but they all use the same point of sale system. And the tracking software that we built is not strictly designed around their point of sale system, but if we had to custom build that for every single point of sale system, people had many different ones. It wouldn't be as scalable. But this point of sale system is used by over 5,000 shoe retailers. So if we calling on a shoe retailer, we know that we can get them onboarded much quicker because we already have it built, and it's literally like snapping your fingers to have them onboarded. Versus it could take, they would have to pay more and all these things. So kind of we're targeting shoe retailers really because they all use the same point of sale system. And just because I believe in a business, people want to see results, especially in this type of business. So it's easier to show them, okay, we've done all this data and all these campaigns for 60 shoe retailers. I mean, we've probably created 5,000 ads at this point for the shoe retailers. So we just have so much data that we can show them as well.
Are they ever concerned that you might have too many shoe clients that they could be competing against each other in the online market?
Yeah, we don't really, I mean, like right now, we don't have any that are in the exact same locations. And we try to, like the Midwest is, I would say, completely tapped out for us, but we have customers in pretty much every Midwestern state. So it definitely makes it more challenging. And we tell people we wouldn't work with anybody within like a 90-mile radius. And that's what's nice is most of our clients are small to medium retailers, so their focus is still in store. So it's not like and even if it was online, you still have 300 million people to advertise to in America. But typically there's not going to be much overlap at the in-store purchase level. But yeah, we think about it at times for sure.
Hey, Cody, this is Josh McKnight.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. Hey, good presentation. So I'm with Alliant, and I have several communities throughout Iowa that with COVID, or you got a lot of small mom and pop, and it seems like you got great solutions with. You talked about shoes, and you're doing other things around Iowa. Is there a customer that's too small for you? We see a lot of there's Shop Iowa, I think it's called .com or whatever that the state has created that gives them a portal without the analytics. But do you have a solution that is scaled down for the smaller one-off boutique shops that are struggling with COVID right now? And if I missed that part of your presentation, sorry, I joined a few minutes late.
No, for sure. I mean, we work with some of the retailers that we do work with are in pretty small towns that are probably your, you know, revenues of around like 300 to 400,000, which I don't know, what your boutiques would be, but like from our pricing standpoint, we're definitely very affordable. I mean, it's even, especially when you're comparing traditional advertising. I mean, we're well below anything that the paper or TV or radio is going to be for sure. So price point's good, and really, as long as they have the ability to communicate frequently enough with us and get us the right content, no, I mean, really nobody's too small.
Okay. Good to know. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Because we want to make them big.
So kind of going off the shoes question from earlier, what's your backstory? How did you get into this line of work?
Yeah. So really, it was, let's see, can't remember what month it was in 2016, but really, so I purchased a course literally for $1,000. That's really all I put into it, quote unquote, to start. And that's what I like about more service-based businesses is it's really just a knowledge standpoint. You don't have to have a bunch of inventory, obviously. And then literally just started cold calling businesses across the Butte. And we got a couple initial customers, which was good. I think in about 60 days, we were probably doing about 2 to 3 grand a month in revenue. So and that's what I love so much about sales is you can, create your own destiny, if you will, versus it kind of being the other way around. And we started off really just as, I think back then it was just Facebook and Instagram. And it really just kind of blossomed from there. And I always kind of teeter-totter with leaving my full-time job to grow it. And then basically saved up enough and I just felt enough skill and clients to make the full leap. And that was February of 2019. So yeah, it's been awesome ever since.
Nice. Any other questions? I guess I've got another one. So, you were talking about in your presentation that it was a lot of driving people to do kind of in-store purchasing, but we've got this COVID-19 thing going on. So how has that affected the in-store versus e-commerce, and has your focus shifted at all during this?
Yeah, we partner with a company, especially in the shoe space, and that's also why I think focusing on a category, I just kind of view it arbitrarily, but getting into a category until you say get to a little bit of scale, maybe $500,000 to $1 million in revenue, because like this opportunity with a e-commerce client, they basically integrate and give you like a shelled solution, if you will, from a website design, where they partnered with a lot of like your Brooks's, Asics, Nike, Saucony, all your is more run specialty brand, and they basically give you all their inventory on your website at the snap of a finger, and you don't have to hold any of the inventory. So we're helping that company partner with the retailers to move more product, and that's a strictly online play. So that's been an interesting thing that's come out of COVID. But a lot of our Brown Shoe Fit specifically, they do like $0 online in sales. So more so it's been talking with them about, hey, have you thought about this more? And I think it's just bringing it to the forefront of people's minds a lot more. But definitely, it seemed like most of our customers, we didn't have anybody go out of business, which is great. And they primarily just did what they could with the, deliveries, if it was locally. They did have some different solutions that people couldn't shop online and purchase, but they could reserve online and pick up in store, kind of that route. But for a while there, it was pretty hectic for about 30 to 60 days when really just people didn't know how long it was going to last or shut down or really go on. But everybody seemed to do pretty well. And now, I was talking to a customer yesterday that in August and July, he's up 50% over last year. And we had one customer back in July that had their best month ever. So, I think it's really bouncing back pretty good because I think people are rallying around that local standpoint as much as they can, which is good.
Good. Any other questions?
I have a question. How does video fit in with your business? Do you produce any video ads for people or track any of those? Or because I hear that's a big thing in the digital advertising world. What are you seeing with video for shoes?
Yeah. So specifically with us, we'll develop some videos basically out of the images, or if the customer, that's why I tell people all the time, I think people overthink. It definitely needs to be good, obviously, but they overthink the quality that it really needs to be. Most people's iPhones are, $1,000 video cameras and cameras. So they take really, really good video. So, and we can edit them and put like subtitles and different things. We don't actually create the video, but we can take it and then do stuff with it. But yeah, on digital, it's very, very good because you can actually track really the number of completions you had, which you can track like a click on a still image ad, but on a video, if it's 30 seconds and 727 people watched 100% of it, that's pretty good because that means 727 people took 30 seconds of their time to watch your ad. So yeah, video is just nice because it's much more trackable for sure.
Tell us a little bit about your team.
Yeah. So we have myself, we have 2 designers, we have a couple salespeople. I basically run all of the ads still, and then we have a developer who is helping us build out a lot of stuff as well. So right now we have basically 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8 people on the team right now.
Very nice. And are you all remote, or are you?
2
co-located?
are remote, 3 are remotes, and then, or excuse me, 4 remote, and then 4 are actually in the office with me right now. So
Nice.
yeah, so we keep Aaron pretty busy here
Very nice.
at
you.
Merch, and Liz.
Cool.
A lot of
And
friendly faces.
any other questions? If not, I will ask my final question, our traditional final question here at 1MC Iowa City. What can we do as a community to help you?
I mean, honestly, just if you know of any retailers, I mean, I'm just big on, and I truly mean this, like, even if they don't want to work with us, we feel like we've learned a lot that can just help people.
Mhm.
And if you know of any, send them our way. We'll point and give them so much guidance. Even when we call people and they tell us they're not interested, we truly mean this when we say, we're like, look, can we just send you an email? Reach out to us if you have any question at all. You could never work with us and ask us 1,000 questions. We just truly want to help people because most people are not very good at marketing and advertising. I think outside of a couple other oddball cases, that's why most businesses fail, right? They can't make enough revenue to just pay the bills. So it's like, if we can help them do that, even without paying us or hiring us at all, let's do it and let's help people. So yeah, if you know of any businesses, or our focus is more retail, more, not even just retail, more physical product is kind of our specialty. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be like a small to medium sized retailer. We work with in the like equipment space as well, because it's just, they have physical products. So really anybody in that physical product space works great.
Very cool. And we've got your contact information right there. So everyone take note of all of that for the next few seconds here. Want to thank you very much, Cody, for your presentation. And,
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Definitely, if you need anything from us, just let us know.